Welcome to your SST class again, my dear students. So today, after a long wait, long explanation of this chapter, when people rebel, we are finally on the winding up day of this chapter. We have already covered three explanation of this chapter. It will be the fourth and final one today. In this explanation, we will just be overlooking that, not we actually, the Britishers sat down together, the higher authorities of Britishers sat down together in England. They analyzed the entire thing, what happened in 1857 and after that, okay, what were the consequences, why this revolt was broken, and after analyzing all the thing, they reached to some conclusion. They started calculating that were they really at loss or were they really at gain? Did they achieve something really or did they lose something? See, it was not only the scenario with the Britishers. We as an Indian also thought that entire revolt that happened in India in 1857, whether that was a win for India or whether it was a loss for India. To be frankly speaking, it was neither a loss to India, neither a loss to Britishers as well. But yes, it was a very big achievement for India. हमारे लिए एक ये बहुत बड़ा विद्रोह था, आंदोलन था, जिससे कि इंडियंस में एक नेशनल स्पिरिट अराइज हुआ. We got a feeling of nationalism. We came to know that if we get united, nobody can rule our country with force. हमारे ऊपर कोई जबरदस्ती राज नहीं कर सकता अगर सारे इंडियंस एक हो जाएं. हमें इस रिवोल्ट से एक मैसेज मिला, एक पंप अप मिला, एक बूस्ट मिला कि इफ वी fight in a proper way, if we protest in a proper way against the Britishers, no foreign power can rule Indians. Okay, losing life, yes of course it's a part of war. हमेशा जब भी कोई war होता है, जब कोई बड़ी लड़ाई होती है, तो the warriors lose their life, the brave people fight and sometimes they uh, passes away, they get martyred in the war. But the most biggest thing that we learned from this war was yes we can do, हम लोग ये कर सकते हैं, हम लोग अंग्रेजों को इंडिया से बाहर निकाल सकते हैं अगर हम लोग एकजुट हो जाएं. वी आर यूनाइटेड, they can't stand in front of us. Okay, now see, let's see that what all these Britishers did after analyzing entire thing after the war, because they were thinking for long, they were making the planning for next maybe 20 years, 50 years or more than that. So they wanted to rule India, so they wanted to correct themselves. They were analyzing that where they were wrong, where did they failed, why did this revolt happen, and what were the things that to be changed in order to rule on India again, to continue ruling on India. What all things have to be changed. So that's why this was called as aftermath, a sort of calculation. What all things were to be replaced. Okay, what were the gain and losses in the war. So let's start. Company regained control over India in 1859. The war started in 1857, as you all know, but it took almost 2 years for company to get control over all those territories which were lost somehow in the war. 2 साल लग गए कंपनी को दोबारा इंडिया पर पूरी तरह से कंट्रोल करने में. They changed their ruling policies drastically. ब्रिटिशर्स हैज टू चेंज देयर प्रीवियस पॉलिसीज. उनको समझ में आ गया कि जो पॉलिसीज वो चला रहे थे पास्ट 100 ईयर्स से या पास्ट 50 ईयर्स से, दोज पॉलिसीज आर नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क नाउ. उनको अपने आप को बदलना होगा, उन पॉलिसीज को बदलना होगा इन ऑर्डर इफ दे वांट टू गवर्न इंडिया in a more better way. Okay, so there are some points given in your textbook, 6 points. We will be discussing the first one. British Parliament in 1858 took a very big step, that from now onwards, whatever decisions that were being taken before 1858, that were taken on the behalf of East India Company. Actually, the ruler in India was East India Company till that date. Every decisions were being taken on the behalf of ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी. ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी ही एक्चुअल में रूलर कहलाती थी इंडिया की. उसके बाद में ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट ने क्या एक पास किया, व्हाट दे सेड इज कि नाउ द पावर विल बी ट्रांसफर्ड फ्रॉम ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी टू द क्राउन. क्राउन मीन्स टू द क्वीन ऑफ इंग्लैंड. Okay, and what will be the changes made? A member of British cabinet was appointed as the Secretary of State for India. He was given he was given a council to advise. Okay, that was called as Indian Council. A member from the British cabinet, a secretary rank member, he was appointed Secretary of the State for India. Then he was given a council as well, so that the council can advise him time to time about the uh, way of how to rule the country more better. And the designation was changed. Earlier, we used to hear the term Governor General for Dalhousie, for Canning. Okay, many more such Governor Generals were there in India. Now the term was changed to Viceroy. Viceroy was the person who was the personal representative of the crown, or you can say the personal representative of the Queen of England. He was working on India directly under the control of Queen of England. So company what the Britishers wanted to show, England wanted to show that now no more a businessman company is ruling over India. Now it's the Queen of England that is directly ruling to the country India. They want to become more closely attached to the people of India. Okay, so we will discuss those 5 points ahead. Be with the video and see what all is there. Okay, children, let's come to the second point of the aftermath, page number 61. The next policy that was reframed by the Britishers was that all rulers were taken into confidence. What sort of confidence? They were given a, you know, sort of custody. Okay, emotional custody and official custody as well. What? Security. They were provided a type of future security that from now onwards nobody's kingdom will be annexed by the Britishers. They can appoint any of their son as a future king. Even they can adopt their sorry they can declare their adopted son as their future king. Okay, earlier adopted son was not allowed to be declared as the future king, but now Britishers revised their policy that it was up to the will of the kings that they can even announce their adopted sons as the future king of the kingdom. Okay, further, these kings were allowed to rule in their territories. No annexation would be done further as it was already being announced. Annexation, as you have already learned, that doctrine of lapse, subsidiary alliance, these were some treaties because of which many prominent rulers lost their territories. ओके, डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ लैप्स और सब्सिडरी अलायंस की वजह से काफी बड़े रूलर्स ने अपनी टेरिटरी खो दी थी. लाइक झांसी वाज लॉस्ट, अवध वाज लॉस्ट. Okay, many such territories were lost. Nana Sahib lost his territory because of the annexation policy. Okay, now these queens, these kings were just to acknowledge the crown. The Queen of England means even though they were an independent king, but they were under the head of whom? Under the queenship. Okay, they were under a single flag, that was the flag of Queen of England. Okay, so they have to acknowledge Queen as a sovereign paramount. Ruler were as like the subordinates of British crown, means they were indirectly under the rule of Britishers. Though they were independent, they were working independently, but still they were under the flagship of British Queen. ओके, सो इनडायरेक्टली वो गुलाम ही हुए किसके? इंग्लैंड के. चाहे वो कितने भी उनको इंडिपेंडेंट कर दिया गया हो, उनको कितनी भी सिक्योरिटी दे दी गई हो, बट स्टिल दे वर कोल्ड एज द किंग्स एंड रूलिंग अंडर द क्राउन ऑफ इंग्लैंड्स क्वीन. अच्छा, थर्ड थिंग, द थर्ड रिफॉर्म व्हाट दे डिड इज because of the Sepoy mutiny, they came to learn a lesson. उनको एक सबक मिला क्या कि in the army which they maintained in India, they will be keeping more number of British soldiers than Indian sepoys. Now they started decreasing Indian sepoys in the army and they started increasing the number of British soldiers. उन्होंने Indian sepoys को कम रखा आर्मी में और British soldiers को ज़्यादा रखा because as you have already seen Britishers have witnessed the mutiny, Sepoy mutiny. Next thing what they change is, in the same point we'll cover it, the areas which were more prominent in revolting like Awadh area, Bihar area, North India, Central India, Southern India was also a part of a mutiny up to some extent. So Britishers tried to avoid taking soldiers from these areas, as these areas were already blacklisted in the name of in the files of Britishers. They did not want to now uh, give more faith to the people from these areas. वो उन पर अब विश्वास नहीं कर सकते थे जो लोग अवध से, बिहार से, सेंट्रल और सदर्न इंडिया से आए थे, जो सैनिक उनके यहाँ पे जॉब के लिए आए. ओके, तो दे ट्राई टू अवॉइड दोज पीपल. इंस्टेड व्हाट द अनदर वे दे फाइंड आउट इज, उन्होंने इन लोगों की जगह अपनी रेजिमेंट में, अपनी आर्मी में दे स्टार्टेड अपॉइंटिंग गुरखास, सिख्स एंड पठान. इन लोगों को ज़्यादा प्रेफरेंस दिया बजाय अवध, बिहार, सेंट्रल और साउथ इंडिया के लोगों के. ओके, सो दिस वाज अगेन अ टाइप ऑफ precaution that they were trying to take to make their army more stronger. Okay, we will be discussing two more points shortly in this video, so keep watching it please. Okay, dear students, now we are on the last 3 points. The point number 4, you will be reading it by your own. If anyhow you face any problem in understanding it, you can contact to me. I will let you know about this point. Point number 5 says the British decided to respect the customary religious and social practices of India. Yeah, that this is because of, you have already read in this particular chapter, we have discussed that they were too much involved in the sati pratha abolition and widow remarriage, and even up to some extent the Christian missionaries were also getting overpowered in this scenario. So the conversion issues were also being raised, religion conversion issues. So Britishers decided to not to intervene in the religious and social matters of the Indian people. Let them do in whatever way they are feeling happy to do. In the sixth point, zamindars and landlords were protected. They were assured the security over the land rights. Okay, because in this revolt, zamindars and landlords were being, uh, hampered badly from both the sides, from the British sides as well, and from the uh, Indian sides as well, from the peasants as well. So they were assured certain rights, certain security by the Britishers. So by after revision of all these policies, a new era of India started, a new era of Britishers started. From now, East India Company was removed from the papers, and it was the Queen, it was directly the England who was now the ruler of India. After 1857, many things changed. We also changed as an Indian. As I told you earlier in the starting of the video, a feeling of nationalism came into our mind that yes, we can. We will now no more बेयर एनीबडीज क्रुएल्टी. अब हम किसी के जुल्म बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे. जब जब हमारे साथ अन्याय होगा, वेन एवर द लिमिट्स वुड बी क्रॉसिंग आउट, वी विल टेल द रूलर, वी विल टीच द रूलर अ लेसन that how to rule a country. Okay, that's it for the video today. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.